Welcome to this explainer. You know that amazing feeling of just sinking into a massage chair after a super long, exhausting day? It's the best, right? Well, what if I told you the very thing you rely on to relieve your fatigue might actually be the hidden cause behind it? Crazy, I know. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating and honestly kind of alarming paradox. We're going to dive into the unseen biological toll of our daily ultra-close contact with massage chairs. And more importantly, we'll talk about the immediate, highly actionable post-use health habits you absolutely need to adopt. So here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the trap of comfort. Then we'll see exactly what happens to your body under EMF. From there, we'll establish some smart time limits and then get right into immediate earthing solutions. Finally, we'll wrap the whole thing up with shielding and final tips. We're not just pointing out problems here. We are giving you real, actionable health management steps you can use the absolute second you step out of that chair. All right, Section 1, the trap of comfort. We see these ads all the time, right? Brands proudly claiming their massagers operate below the safety limit. But what does that phrase actually mean for your body? Let me ask you this directly. Is your massage chair making you tired? It's completely ironic. We spend good money on these luxurious machines to revitalize ourselves, but so many of us climb out of them feeling, well, kind of drained, lethargic, or foggy. And there's an actual scientific reason for this, entirely tied to the invisible forces we're willingly strapping ourselves into. Okay, the discrepancy in the numbers here is just wild. When a manufacturer tells you their chair is safe, they're usually talking about a domestic standard meant to prevent acute shocks, which is set way up at 833 milligauss. That just means the chair isn't going to literally zap you. But on the flip side, strict international recommendations from groups like the European Parliament strongly warn that long-term exposure to magnetic fields above just 2 to 4 milligauss can be harmful to your health. That is a staggering difference. And the reality in your living room is super striking. When you turn that chair on, it's not just a passive cushion. You've got multiple, massive, powerful electric motors right up against you, driving all those internal rollers and airbags. Those motors are pumping tens to hundreds of milligauss of magnetic fields straight into your skin and tissues. You're basically bathing in an electromagnetic field that's dozens of times higher than the recommended long-term safety levels. Which brings us to Section 2, your body under EMF. We really need to break down the biological toll and why this ultra-close contact is such a big deal. Here's the thing. Unlike a TV across the room, a massage chair is practically hugging you. When you do that, 3 major things happen. First, it messes with your brainwaves and nervous system, especially if it wraps around your neck and head. That's why sensitive folks sometimes get dizzy or get headaches after a session. Second, it causes induced current attacks. Those strong magnetic fields create microcurrents inside you, disrupting cellular signaling and actually increasing muscle fatigue. Literally the exact opposite of what you want. And third, melatonin suppression. Using it late at night totally interferes with your sleep hormones, guaranteeing you're going to feel chronic fatigue the next day. All right, let's pivot. Now that we know the problem, let's talk solutions. Moving into Section 3, smart time limits. It's time to take control back with some incredibly proactive habits. I want you to burn this number into your brain. 15. Your absolutely crucial first post-care habit is to strictly limit your continuous use to just 15 minutes a session. Look, I get it, it feels amazing, but don't let that comfort trick you into overloading your body with heavy EMF. 15 minutes is literally the sweet spot. You get the mechanical benefits of the massage without frying your system. Let's build on that with some hard and fast rules. Your maximum total time in that chair, 1 hour a day, tops. But here's the most important part of your post-use health routine. You absolutely have to enforce a 2 to 3 hour rest period between uses. This is non-negotiable. Your body desperately needs that time away from electronics to naturally recover from the biological stress and cellular disruption. If you hop out of the chair and immediately start working on your laptop, your body never gets a chance to reset. Real quick, a vital warning before we move on to our physical solutions. If you have active cell division going on, so pregnant women and growing kids, or if you know you're highly sensitive to EMF, you really need to minimize using electric motorized massagers altogether. The biological risks of that ultra-close contact are just way too high during those critical windows. Okay, let's get into the really good stuff. Section 4, immediate earthing solutions. This is where we learn how to instantly neutralize those invisible effects the very second your massage is over. So here is your literal 1-2-3 protocol for post-care health. Step 1, step out of the chair the second your 15 minutes are up. Do not fall asleep in it while it's plugged in. Step 2, grab an earthing pad.
Step 3. Instantly discharge those induced potentials and static electricity just by making direct physical contact with a grounded earthing pad right after your massage. You're rapidly pulling all that built-up unnatural electrical charge right out of your body. It drastically cuts down on the muscle fatigue and nervous system disruption we talked about earlier. Seriously, using a grounding pad is such a quick, easy, and highly effective health habit you can do right in your living room.
Let's round out this explainer with Section 5, Shielding and Final Tips. This is for those of you who want maximum protection without giving up your relaxation routine. If you want to tackle the exposure while you're actually sitting there, try this out. You can significantly reduce the electric fields radiating towards you by throwing on a silver shielding blanket, like the ones researched by Shield Green. The interwoven silver threads physically block a huge chunk of the electric field from ever reaching your skin. So you still get the nice mechanical pressure of the rollers, just with way less electromagnetic interference. But what if you want a zero-risk alternative? Check out a manual aluminum earthing massage stick. This is a totally unpowered option. You just use your own leverage to work out those muscle knots. And since it's grounded aluminum, it gives you genuine muscle relaxation and immediate earthing effects at the exact same time. Plus, absolutely zero motors means zero magnetic fields. It's brilliant. As we wrap up this analysis, I want to leave you with this really powerful summary. Do not be consumed by convenience. Always practice short usage followed by post-earthing. Look, massage chairs are a double-edged sword. Truly protecting your health means looking at the broader lifestyle strategy. Mindful EMF mitigation, diligent earthing, balancing your salt intake, taking proper supplements, and getting actual physical exercise. The chair is just a tool, it's not the whole shebang. Which brings us to our final provocative question. Knowing what you know now about the massive magnetic fields and the hidden biological toll of that ultra-close contact, will you start practicing short 15-minute usage and immediate post-earthing today? Remember, the power to neutralize this unseen fatigue is literally in your hands and, well, under your feet with an earthing pad. Protect your body, enforce that 2 to 3 hour rest period, and reclaim your energy. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and here's to smarter, safer, and truly restorative relaxation.